Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel. I want to say rest in peace to the one and the only Miss Dolly Parton. She passed away at 80 years old. And she had looked so great, didn't she? She always looked great, so fabulous, so glamorous, the glitter, the glam, her hair, her makeup, a very good, kind spirit, very giving back to communities and doing so much. And I really am going to miss Miss Dolly Parton. Okay, she is amazing. A lot of people are sad to hear what has happened to her. Again, I had said in a different video she had lost her husband not too long ago, so hopefully they will be reunited. Okay, also, she not only did she do music, and a lot of songs that you have heard have been remakes from Dolly Parton. We know about Whitney Houston, I Will Always Love You, but also Maya, Ghetto Superstar, that is what you are, coming from, that is actually, there's a song that Dolly Parton had made. I don't know who it was with, I forgot, but it's the same melody. It's exactly the same. The words are just different. And that's what they did with Maya and the Fugees and everything like that. It's actually Dolly Parton. Okay. So rest in peace to her. She was also an actress. I love, again, Steel Magnolias. She did so damn good. Who doesn't know about this movie? Seriously, it's a classic movie. You need to see it if you haven't seen it. Everybody was phenomenal in this film. Okay, all-star cast, and Dolly Parton was a part of it. All-star. She's an all-star. I also mentioned that it's sort of strange to me how so many people that we know, these icons, have died on the 25th day. Michael Jackson passed away the 25th. Aaliyah, James Brown, Left Eye, Farrah Fawcett, and there are more. These are just a few that I'm naming. And now we have Dolly Parton, who has also passed away on the 25th. I just find it to be very interesting. Okay, and 5 plus 2 is 7, and many people will say 7 is a godly number. It's a good number. So I don't know, but it's crazy when you notice this, okay? So rest in peace to Dolly. I want to show you right now what the public is saying about her passing.
Well. Um, Excuse me, baby. I'm crying a little bit because Dolly Parton has passed away. Normally, I would not shed a tear because of the death of a celebrity. But Dolly Parton was much more than a celebrity. Dolly Parton was quite literally the best of us. She cared about everybody and truly cared. She loved all children. It didn't matter where they were born, what color their skin was, what they believed. They were all humans to Dolly, and they all mattered. She was the best of us. Dolly possessed qualities that are very rare in the world that we live in today. So if I could give you any advice in your life, be like Dolly. Be like Dolly.
Miss Dolly Parton, I might be the only black person that'll probably say this, but baby, thank you so much for everything you did for black music, for black country music, to help us get through them doors that nobody else wanted to let us in. There's some, what's going on in America, man?
This was literally the very first thing I thought of when I heard that Dolly Parton died. When I tell y'all she was a black ally, baby was a black ally. She made over $10 million off of Whitney Houston's versions of I Will Always Love You. Did you know it was a remake? Because for a long time, I did not. Anywho, she took that money and invested it into black neighborhoods in Nashville and would tell people, this is the house that Whitney built. Now, both Dolly and Whitney are resting in heaven. May they both rest in peace, baby. I'm about to stuff my bra right now in memory of Dolly Parton and hit the Santana dance or something. Dang, auntie. Wrong D gone.
America's lost her sweetheart. Dolly Parton died today at 80 years old. She'd been fighting a lot of health issues. Then she lost her Carl. It's just now coming out on some of the news outlets. Wildly talented and so kind and giving. I don't even know what to say. They're just now putting it on TV. Dolly Parton, from her humble beginnings in Sevierville, Tennessee, raised with a whole pile of brothers and sisters in a little one-room cabin, to become one of the most famous people in the world. People in my area have always known Dolly. We're happy we got to share her with you. So Dolly Rebecca Parton has died at the age of 80. And her family, I'm sure, is crushed, but the world's going to mourn. Thanks, Dolly. Thanks for everything.
R.I.P. Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton was one of the good ones, and I quote out of the mouth of Dolly herself, "Of course Black lives matter. Do we think our little white asses are the only ones who matter?" Dolly was one who understood what it felt like to be ridiculed and criticized just from the way that you look. Dolly was walking around with big titties, hair done, nails done, everything big, hair about big as Marge Simpson. They told Dolly, "You can't look like that. You look like trash." Dolly turned around and say, "They think I'm as silly as I look." And Dolly say, "By the time they realize I'm probably the smartest person in the room, I done already got the money and I'm gone." Dolly know what it felt like to be looked down upon from the way that you look. Dolly was one of the good ones. She treated everybody like somebody. Dolly say the person that she admired the most growing up was the neighborhood tramp, cause she loved how she looked. Nails looking good. She wasn't looking homely. Dolly ain't want to look homely. My favorite story about Dolly Parton, of course you know, she originally wrote "And I Will Always Love You" that Whitney Houston sang. Dolly took millions of dollars of that money that she made, took it to a black community, invested that money in the black neighborhood, and nicknamed it the house that Whitney Houston built. That's the type of shit I'm talking about. R.I.P. Dolly Parton.
A lot of men thought I was as silly as I looked, I guess. I look like a woman, but I think like a man. In this world of business, that has helped me a lot, because by the time they think that I don't know what's going on, I done got the money and gone.
We should never forget that Dolly Parton chose to not be a billionaire. Because she could have. Dolly Parton made so much money, she could have let her money make money. But instead, she chose to reinvest in people and her community. And today, when I went to my mailbox on the day she died, there was proof of that sitting right there waiting for me. It was this book right here, Forts, from the Dolly Parton Imagination Library. Since the day my son has been born, once a month, the Dolly Parton Imagination Library, in partnership with local nonprofits, has mailed my son, like millions of American kids across America, a book for his parents to read to him, to foster a love of reading and literacy and dreams and wonder. And when my son gets home, we'll unwrap this and we'll read it. But she sent many books to us. She sent this book. It's called A Little Emotional. Because again, Dolly Parton spent millions of dollars making sure that kids were not illiterate. She wanted to make sure that kids knew how to read, how they could understand the world around them, and that they could understand how to process their emotions. This is what she spent her money on instead of buying Twitter. She sent the animal song to my son instead of trying to buy an election. She sent little poems for tiny ears instead of trying to spread misinformation about fucking vaccines. She sent dandelion magic to our front door instead of villainizing fucking trans people. J.K. Rowling. She sent Kayas for kindness instead of trying to go and harp even more on dividing us as a people. She sent Llama Llama meets the babysitter instead of going and reinvesting in Palantir. She sent the big slide instead of making sure we slid into fascism. She said, how we say I love you instead of making us hate each other. She said, let's explore the seashore instead of buying flock cameras. She said, don't lose Mr. Cuddles, a book all about loss and how to get around and over these feelings through your family. She sent birding for babies, and she sent my son's favorite book, Gaga Mistake Day, a book about how you can hang out with your grandmother and be silly and make mistakes and everything will be all right. That pile is proof of why Dolly Parton will be remembered and loved. Not because her name's on the side of a building, not because of anything else, but because she reinvested in people, in hope, in love, and in the future. I would like Jeff Bezos and all the other ones to remember that as they're looking down at us from their fucking rockets, because that's the closest those fuckers will get to heaven, because only angels like Dolly deserve to be up there.
I am devastated to say that the queen of country music, Dolly Parton, has passed away at the age of 80 years old. We have truly lost one of the greats, but I am comforted knowing that she has reunited with her husband, Carl Dean. Rest in peace, Dolly. You will be forever missed and forever iconic.
Dolly Parton was like a grandmother to me, and I don't care what anyone say, because that woman was such a kind-spirited Christian woman. She was always there for people. She never, ever talked bad about people. She was always sweet. She took care of people and never asked for nothing in return. She's the only reason, really. Her and Shania Twain are the only reasons why I even like country music to a certain extent. Like, her music is what changed so much in the industry when it comes to country. For her to be so bold to talk about things that country music people would not talk about. But to hear that she has gone and passed away is very sad. And to lose a treasure like Dolly Parton, it's like losing an angel who was being sent back to heaven.
So it's just happened, but breaking news, rest in peace, Dolly Parton. She just passed away at the age of 80, and I'm not going to lie. It really kind of made me stop for a second, because there's really few genuine people in this life. You know, Dolly, every time you saw her on television, she was always positive. She was always doing something great. And I know a lot of people today are going to talk about her music accomplishments and all she did in entertainment, but I want to talk about the fact that she created the Imagination Library, a program that gave millions of books to kids, a program that gave free books to kids every single month from birth to age 5, because her own father couldn't read and write. Like, that's somebody that used their resources, made it big, and actually made a difference in people's lives. And millions of people got their eyes open because of Dolly. So rest in peace to a real one. Dolly was really an icon, and I'll forever be grateful for all that she's done for this country. It means a lot.
Dolly Parton just fucking died. Go check Dolly Parton's official fucking pages. Dolly Parton just fucking died. Grim Reaper, what the actual fuck? Dolly Parton's dead. Dolly Parton, I will always love you. Dolly Parton, begging Jolene not to take her fucking man. Dolly Parton, the woman that made sure millions of babies could fucking read. Dolly Parton, one of the very few white women that I trust at this point, is no longer Earthside. Rest in peace, mama.
We not gonna do is talk about Dolly Parton like we lost an 80-year-old woman, because Dolly Parton was 25 years old for approximately 55 consecutive years. I don't know how she did it. Dolly Parton looked at aging and said, well, there's a precious little idea. No, thank you. That woman had the same blonde hair, the same smile, the same energy, the same heels, the same amount of woman from the time your grandma was young until 5 minutes ago. Dolly Parton didn't get older. The rest of us just kept catching up to her. And what I loved about Dolly Parton is that she was ultra feminine. She never acted like being smart meant she had to stop being girly. No, absolutely not. Big hair, makeup, fabulous, nails on fleek forever, rhinestones all everywhere. Heels, don't even talk about it. Dress fitted like it had been given special instructions just for her. And underneath of all of that was one of the smartest businesswomen entertainment has ever seen. Don't let the hair fool you, people. That lady owned things. I'm talking about owned things. That lady built things. That lady wrote things. That lady produced things. always love you, Whitney Houston. Dolly Parton turned her name into an economy. Dolly Parton had a whole amusement park. Most celebrities sell you a t-shirt. Dolly sold you Tennessee. She owns Tennessee. And somehow with all that success, she maintained unbelievable ability to make everybody feel welcome. Black people love Dolly. White people love Dolly. Country people love Dolly. Hip-hop people love Dolly. City people love Dolly. Old people love Dolly. Young people love Dolly. Conservatives would claim Dolly. Liberals would claim Dolly. And Dolly would basically stand in the middle smiling like, well, I love you all. And that's a superpower. Because Dolly, to me, seemed to understand something we've forgotten in society. You don't have to agree with everybody to be kind to everybody. She could stand firm in who she was without making somebody else feel small for being who they were. And her kindness wasn't some Hollywood press release kindness either, okay? That woman putting books in children's hands. Her imagination library distributed hundreds of books to children. She gave money to education. She helped community. She helped fund medical research. My gosh, Dolly. She helped people after disasters. Dolly Parton would make $100 million and immediately start looking around like, okay, who ain't got nothing because I'm coming to see you. And through it all, she never seemed embarrassed by her faith. That's another thing I loved about Dolly Parton. She loved the Lord with all her heart. She talked about God all the time. She came from church. She sung like she came from church. But she didn't appear to use faith as a weapon to beat everybody over the head with it. Her faith just made you love her more generous, more hopeful. That's how you're supposed to wear it, man. And then when it came to music, you mean to tell me she wrote Jolene and I Will Always Love You, ma'am? Leave something for the rest of humanity. And when Whitney Houston took I Will Always Love You and turned it into one of the biggest songs in history, Dolly didn't spend 30 next year screaming, I wrote it. That's my song. That's my song. She celebrated Whitney Houston because Dolly understood something else that most of us don't understand. Somebody else's greatness doesn't subtract from yours. That's a woman. And that's why today I don't just want to remember Dolly Parton as a country singer. She was proof that you could be feminine without being weak, faithful without being hateful, rich without forgetting poor people, successful without becoming inaccessible, funny without being cruel, confident without making everybody else feel beneath you, and somehow, 80 years old, while remaining 25 years old. I refuse to investigate it. Whatever arrangement Dolly Parton had with Father Time is between her and God and a very talented cosmic professional. All I know is Father Time lost. So rest well, Dolly. Thank you for the music. Thank you for the laughs. Thank you for the books. Thank you for the giving and the donating. Thank you for showing women they could wear 6-inch heels while handling $1 million businesses. Thank you for Christians and the kindness that you can speak louder than judgment. And thank you for proving that being everybody's cup of tea doesn't mean watering down yourself. Sometimes you just got to make really, really good tea. And there will never be another Dolly Parton. And somewhere in heaven right now, somebody is looking at the pearly gate saying, who put rhinestones on everything? We know who. Dolly did it. See you soon, Dolly. Love you.
Here's how celebrities are paying tribute to Dolly Parton after her passing. It was just announced that icon and legend Dolly Parton passed away at the age of 80. I, like many of you, am truly devastated by this. She was such an amazing person and truly loved by so many people. So many celebrities have already started paying tribute to her. Khloe Kardashian was one of the first to pay tribute. She posted on social media and wrote, "My sweet Dolly, you are with your hubby, who I know you missed immensely. I also know that you are with your creator. God has you wrapped in his arms. God bless you forever and always. Thank you for everything." Keke Palmer also paid tribute on social media. She posted a photo of herself as a kid with Dolly Parton and wrote, "I am devastated, truly." Casey Musgraves took to social media to pay tribute as well. She wrote, "Dolly, this really, really hurts. The world feels a lot less sparkly all of a sudden. So glad she's with her Carl Dean. No one talked to me today.
I cannot believe the words that are about to come out of my mouth, but Dolly Parton has passed away at the age of 80 years old. I don't even know how to summarize what she has done for music. She not only changed country music, but crossed over into pop music. She became a songwriter, a philanthropist, somebody that has been genuinely loved from generation to generation. Songs like Jolene, 9 to 5, I Will Always Love You. Her music has been woven into American culture. If you know anything about Dolly Parton's life, then you would know that she and Carl Dean were married for 59 years, together for 61, and he had actually passed away in March of last year. By September of last year, she had canceled her Vegas residency, which was already pushed back for a few months, and her sister had asked fans to pray for her health. And while I'm not saying her health had anything to do with her husband's passing, I wouldn't be surprised if it was linked. Head of security posted a video on her Instagram saying she passed away a few hours ago in Nashville without saying the cause of death. And I am genuinely feeling this one just as much as Hayden Panettiere. This has been such a crazy, I think, week or two. This is what he had to say.
Hey everyone, my name is Brian Seaver, son of Cassie Parton, and I'm representing the Parton and Owens family today, announcing the passing of my Aunt Dolly Rebecca Parton Dean, sister, sis, Aunt Granny to one generation and Gigi to the next. This video announcement is something Dolly asked of me years ago, before I fully absorbed it as a future reality. As her head of security for more than 2 decades, a role my father Larry held before me, I have imagined the heaviness of this moment, but haven't truly felt it until now. It is an honor that is mixed with absolute pride and great sadness. But sadness lies with us, not with Dolly. Dolly has lived in the light and is in the arms of Jesus, surely met by Carl, her parents, and countless others who have watched her and longed for her to meet them in the heavens.
I love Dolly Parton. She was a dear friend. She'll be greatly missed here on earth, but she'll be eternally remembered spiritually. But the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Rest easy, Dolly, and keep a light in the window for me.
I don't think I can take much more of this. First Hayden and now Dolly. The wrong white people are dying, and I'm sick and I'm tired of it. Not Jolene. Jolene, please don't take my man, Dolly Parton. Not I Will Always Love You, Dolly. I cannot do this right now in the current state of this country. I just can't. Okay, I had to go through this last year. I can't go through this year. I don't understand what's going on with the Grim Reaper. Like, why he can't get it together. Anybody else would have been and lost their job by now. Okay, you have the address, you have the name, and here you go taking Dolly P. Oh my God, I cannot. Now I got to go check on Beyonce because I know she's devastated too. Everybody's devastated. Not give the children books, Dolly. Y'all, 2026, I'm just not going to be able to do. I just cannot.
Dolly Parton, something that people might not know about her if you don't live in Tennessee. When you have a baby in a hospital in Tennessee, they give you a copy of The Little Engine That Could, and then they give you a postcard, and you put your address on the postcard, and then every month until your child turns 5, Dolly Parton's Imagination Library sends you a developmentally appropriate book for your child. 12 every year. And my daughter, when she was getting close to the end of this, she was like, oh, I'm really going to miss these books from Miss Dolly. And by that point, she'd learned to read. She was in love with reading. And I think about how many kids who aren't as privileged as my own child who would otherwise not have access to books in their home in the same way without her. And so when I think of Dolly Parton, I think of the Humanitarian, first and foremost, the patron saint of Tennessee. Great songwriter and artist and performer and wonderful, magical, sequined lady, but what a humanitarian. And so rest in peace, Miss Dolly. We love you.
I'm just going to say this. And I'm probably going to make some people mad. Oh, you're crying on TikTok. Fuck you. Dolly Parton. I was not a big country music fan, but I certainly really did like Dolly. I had her albums in the 1970s. Loved 9 to 5. And I can think of a million other evil motherfuckers on this earth that I would rather wake up to see that had passed on. Somebody who's genuinely nice like her. Someone who actually is a Christian because she practiced the teachings of Jesus Christ. She stood up for LGBTQIA+. She stood up for the marginalized. She stood up for Black Lives Matter. She started the Imagination Library to help kids read because she was born into such a poor family. Her father never learned to read. And now there are states cutting funding to Imagination Library. I'm just frustrated. It always has to be the good ones, like Betty White and Ruth Bader Ginsburg and all of those iconic people that pass on, and then we have evil motherfuckers still left here. I really do hope she's got her angel wings and a brand new sparkly guitar and a beautiful new wig, and she's on the stage of the Grand Ole Opry singing her heart out.
Now, my thing is, Roseanne was sitting right there. Roseanne was sitting right there. She making rap songs about being Mac. Roseanne was sitting right there. And y'all chose to take Dolly? I'm starting to think that this is all strategic. Y'all want to take all the good ones out so we get stuck with the bad ones that's up there in that big house. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that y'all are trying to get rid of the good ones. And then it's on the same day of the anniversary of Aaliyah's passing 25 years ago. How much pain do y'all think we can endure on one day annually? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all couldn't give us something to lift our spirits a little bit? Roseanne was sitting right there. R.I.P. to an OG. You didn't deserve this, Dolly. You didn't. You know what I'm saying? We all was riding. We was all rocking with you. This is insane.
All right, everybody. So that is it for this video. Rest in peace to Dolly Parton. She has made her mark. She paved the way for so many people in music, you know, not just country music, but when I think of country music, I think of Shania Twain, Faith Hill, LeAnn Rimes, okay? And I definitely think about Shania Twain because Shania Twain, you know, very glamorous, wearing sultry outfits and everything. That was something that was shunned in country sometimes. But Dolly Parton, you know, she had it going on. She was sultry. She was sultry. Okay, the glamour, the glitz, the glamour, the outfits, the tie-tie sitting up, all of that. Okay, and she had a really nice personality and treated a lot of people with respect. She will be missed. Rest in peace to Dolly Parton, a legend. All right, so you all take care. Bye, everybody.